Welcome into Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
That is tomorrow. Afterburn's been with us for the entire month, and we thank them and the movie studios and everybody involved for coming on for the ride. Can't wait for the next one, but I'll be in theaters tomorrow. Welcome in, everybody. It's a huge day here at BTT Studios. I am the coach. We have 2 full hours live right here on Stadium and Valley Sports Live, Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV. The list goes on and on. If you so choose to watch us on YouTube or social media, go hit that like button for us on the way in. Any questions, our chat queen Kimberly will handle you, and we have members of the chat in the members of the crew in the chat throughout the hour. Now, we're coming off a fantastic day at the brand. How about 6-1? How about your boy 2-0? Padres Mets, the entire chat yesterday tell me I was an idiot. Well, I was an idiot till like the 5th inning when it cashed. The only X on the board, Mikey, but that's all right. 6-1, we're a team collectively. Now, busy day at the brand. In addition to the show, we have the Coach and Bro Show, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Then this afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, it's Off the Ropes with the Coach, Sirius XM, Channel 156, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. Same time here on our Coach and Company YouTube channel. It is Weekday Wagers. DG, Mark, Robbie Hockey, and the guys getting you set for the night in sports. And then all of our content on our 2 different YouTube pages. I encourage you to subscribe, like, and share. Also, we're going to be adding a lot more premium content, so we need you to become a premium member. You get a little star next to your name in the chat. You can be one of the cool kids. Speaking of the cool kids, we got brand new merch. It seems like coming out every day as we build our merch store. Just started about a week ago, and now we've got, look at this. Oh, no. He is going to be unbearable to deal with. You remember what Mark was like with Model My Ass? Well, now Raphael's got, hey, ladies. I mean, it's going to be a whole thing. All right, coming up on the show in about 15 minutes. You know, on Thursdays, it's no filter time. Former NFL coach, current UFL coach, Phil McKagan is here to dive deep into Thursday Night Football from a coach's locker room perspective. Also, we have a little thumbs up, thumbs down. And then in about 30 minutes, we break down everything Thursday Night Football, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, the game. It's the Dolphins and the Bills. And yes, we're talking about a game, not practice, a game. Housekeeping done. I'm ready to go. So are they. Ladies and gentlemen, company's here. It's time to beat the books. All right, it's a busy day, and look at this. Look at this motley crew that I have today as week 3 of the National Football League kicks off. Now, I can't give myself the 15 seconds. So, Raphael, my guy, my numbers guy, I got to come over to you. You were with me yesterday. So everybody say good morning to Raphael Esparza. Good morning, Raphael. It's all yours.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. We all had a great day. 6-1. That's a very, very good day. We probably filled a lot of wallets yesterday.
Yes, we did. And if you guys feel so inclined, you want to throw a super sticker, or I think I'd rather see purchasing premium memberships. We had Kevin do it the other day. That's a great way to reinvest. We put money in your pocket. So let's do that from time to time. All right, next, he is live from Dallas, Fort Worth, in between classes in his senior year. Say good morning to King Lettuce, young Peyton. Good morning, sir.
Morning, guys. Morning, Coach. So I'm only going to bring this up because I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow. TCU SMU on Saturday morning, right here, 11 a.m. Biggest game of the year. We're pumped up, ready to go. I mean, game's at 11. We're going to have to get up at like 8 o'clock, start getting going a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Are you going to be there? Are you going to go?
Without question.
All right.
Yes,
I
awesome.
think we need a little on-site reporting for Coaching Company, if you don't mind. You're always really good at that. You're always really good at that. Why are you shaking your head already, Zeno?
This young Peyton, he just doesn't get it. You see where he failed as a senior in college, said, we're going to have to get up early. You're doing it wrong. You just don't go to sleep the night.
Stay up.
Wow.
God, do I have to teach these kids everything?
You can learn so much, young Peyton, from Mr.
Oh,
Zeno.
Peyton,
You
I
can
love
use
it,
so
Bob.
much.
But come on, man. This is a rage through the night kind of event.
It does kind of feel that way. It does kind of feel that way. Everybody say good morning to the man who only goes by one name. Good morning, Zeno.
Good morning, everybody. Great to be here with you always. Peyton, I will take you under my wing, young man, and I will make a star out of you yet, I promise. Greer, as long as you keep talking about kickers, we have no hope for you. As far as love you,
well,
man.
yeah, you clearly haven't seen the picks coming up for tonight's game.
I promise not to roll my eyes. I promise. I promise myself I will not say a word.
I would appreciate that. Thank
I know you will. That's why I did it.
Now we have a little issue coming up this week because two of our guys, DG, somebody who's not on the show, their teams are playing each other. So live from Memphis, Tennessee. DG, anything before we get things started?
Yeah, good morning, Coach. Good morning, guys. I would like to take this platform to publicly challenge our very own Mikey P. We got a Cowboys going into Chicago to take on the Bears, and so I think we have a little friendly bet, Coach, and I think it's the oh so famous the Ice Bucket Challenge. Loser takes the Ice Bucket Challenge on video for us to all relive on Monday.
Oh, very interesting. That's something we all would like to see because it ain't me. So I know Mikey P is around these parts somewhere. So, Mikey, I know you heard DG. Get into the chat. I just need a yes or a no if you accept the bet for Cowboys Bears this coming weekend. All right, gentlemen, we got to get into it because we got 10 full bets. We have Round the Diamond. We have the play of the day from JTS. So we have no time to waste. One question. Who? You damn right, DG. You want all the smoke, big boy. All right, DG, best bets, go.
Kickers cash. Let's go with Matt Prater. We're going over 1.5 field goals at -110. Matt Prater has made 3 field goals in each of the first 2 games to start the season. The Dolphins, well, they allowed 81% last season to the other team for 2+ field goals. Miami has allowed 4 field goals in week 1, 2 field goals in week 2. Matt Prater cashes again tonight. Let's stay on the same team with Buffalo. We're going to go James Cook. We're going over 67.5 rushing yards at -115. Miami, they've allowed 50 rushing attempts in the first 2 weeks to the running back position alone. Cook had 132 yards rushing last week versus the Jets. I expect him to crush this number and get up to 85+ tonight.
Yeah, we'll be breaking down Thursday Night Football coming up in about 30 minutes. So I love that we're getting started right now. Zeno coming right next door. Best bets, go.
Here we go. Tyreek Hill, under 64.5 yards. Anybody want to take a guess at what Tyreek Hill's done against the Buffalo Bills in his career? And that includes his time with the Chief. He's only gone over 70 yards twice in his career. 9 career games, he only has 2 touchdowns. If it's the one thing the Buffalo Bills do well on defense, it's stop Tyreek Hill. They'll do it again tonight. And then also, it's kind of contrary, but not really. Dolphins, team total over 17.5. The Bills' defense hasn't exactly figured it out yet, and we've seen that over the course of the first 2 games of the year. This is like one of these games where if the Dolphins don't score more than 17 points, guess who might be getting fired on Monday? No, not Jimmy Kimmel. It'll be Mike McDaniel. He will no longer have a job if it goes really bad tonight. So the Dolphins are going to have to put forth a really, really good effort.
Where Jimmy Fallon is hiding in a corner. He's the only one left. He's the only one left. We may have to take over late night. My God. My goodness. All right. Love that play. I have a feeling Phil's going to be talking about Tyreek Hill coming up in just a few minutes. All right, let's go upstairs. Young Peyton, you're up next. Best bet, go.
Yeah, we'll take the over 8.5 in the Padres Mets game today, -125. 1 o'clock first pitch. Jonah Tong hasn't allowed less than 4 runs since he's pitched for the Mets. Now this will only be his 4th start, but he's 22 years old, and the Mets bring him up the most crucial time of the year. I mean, stupid decisions like that might be the reason why the Mets have lost 8 in a row last week. And Randy Vasquez for the Padres, I think the Mets get some runs off of him as well. Brewers to cover -1.5 at +109. I can't believe this is plus money. Yusei Kikuchi pitching on the road again where his ERA is over 5. Quinn Priester throwing for Milwaukee. He'd be a number 2 starter on any other baseball team. He's 13-2 with an ERA of 3.25. This is Milwaukee's number 4 starter. That's what makes this team really scary come playoff time. I like the Brewers to cover tonight against the Angels again.
Yeah, this is the time of year you really start to lean in. You play the hits. I played both of these 2 plays yesterday. I had them as a best bet. Then I just played the Brewers because I had you in my head. They win 9-2 or 9-3, whatever the game was. Oh, my goodness. Let's run it
9-2
back.
again.
9-2 again. Let's run it back. All right, Raphael, you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll go. I'll continue winning, so I can go right now because we're going both our plays in the NFL. We're going to take Dolphins, Bills, both teams to score 20 points or more, plus 3 nickels. Give me the 3 nickels because it's going to be a high-scoring game. That's why this total is already 50 across the board. The Dolphins will probably have to play from behind, so they're going to be throwing the ball pretty much all game long. I think this one goes over the total and 20 points easily for both teams. And then, sorry, Zeno, we can still both cash this, but give me Tyreek Hill long reception over 23.5 yards. Why do I ask? Because they're going to be playing from behind. And he's also auditioning for other teams to try to trade him. I think he has a big game today with just one catch and maybe some yak with that one catch. I'll take his over 23.5 yards.
Now, I will say he does not have any receptions over 30 so far this year. None. 0. So
Coach, no one I'd rather thread the needle with than Raphael Esparza.
That'd be. How about one catch for 40 yards? Everybody catches.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's thread that
There
needle.
you go. All right. I got 2 plays today. We don't need Big Chuck when it comes to Champions League. I'm a next level soccer capper. Didn't you guys know that? I'm going to go 2 plays today. That's right. FC Carat and Sporting Lisbon. They're doing it different. Over 3.5 minus 122. This year, they've got a lot of different teams, a lot of different ways that you can qualify. So when it's a bad team and a powerful team, it's a lot of goals because that plays into tiebreakers down the road. Love this today. Could be 5 or 6. Then Man City, Napoli. These are 2 giants. English Premier League and then Serie A. You put them together over 2.75. That means 3 goals. You get half your bet. 4 goals. You cash the whole damn thing minus 115. Love these 2 plays. 6 games today. 2 at 12:45. 4 at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let's keep it moving. My man Marky Model is here. JTS, I saw a little tweet last night. Did we hit our play yesterday? Yes?
We did not. We missed the Janelle Jones PRAs by 3.
Oh, I saw
That's all right,
different,
Coach.
Different tweet.
Coach, we start all over. That's all right. We'll still have a winning week.
What do we got?
We're going to start with Aaron Judge of the Yankees. They're going down to Baltimore. We're going to take Aaron Judge to get at least 1 hit tonight. Look, when he gets to Baltimore, he's done this in 5 of his last 6 games in Baltimore. Love this spot for him tonight. And then we're going to pair that with James Cook, a little synergy with DG there. We're going to take him to get at least 70 rushing and receiving yards. He's done this in 5 of his last 6 home games where he's averaging over 100 yards rushing and receiving. Love this spot for both of them. Put them both together. You get a plus 109, a little New York-centered player of the day.
All right, and there is the QR code. If you want to become a part of what we're doing over there at JTS, do it right now. For only $1, you get the first 30 days. You get college football, NFL every single Tuesday. They are live. Then, of course, baseball's been killing it. Run lines, they've been killing it. Any questions? If you have any questions, put them into the chat. We'll answer them for you in real time. We're learning as we go. We're building as we go with pretty much everything here at the brand. By the way, it seems like to me, DG, with James Cook, that they don't think he's going to have a lot of receiving yards because your number and the rushing and receiving number pretty close to each other, yes?
Yeah, but he's also, we're talking about bringing that down a little bit to make that into a parlay. So it actually should be closer to the 80s for that rushing receiving, I would assume.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're doing an alternate line.
So the alternate lines, a little behind the scenes curtain look real quick. The alternate lines have an 80% hit rate on every play of the day that we put up. So everything that, if it's an alt line, is dropped down for that reason.
Okay, very good. If you can clarify that in the chat, just so people know when they go there, it's an alt line or how we do it. We got to educate the people. All right.
We'll do it right now.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. We're just getting started here on the show. Coming up next, I see him. He is fired up. He is ready to go. He worked for both of the teams playing tonight, and we got him. No filter on the other side. Then bottom of the hour, my guys break it all down. Thursday Night Football. It's 0-2. It's the Dolphins. 2-0. It's the Bills. It's the AFC East. Can't wait to hear the guys talk about that. Oh, 2 full hours, 2 straight hours. This is Coaching Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters tomorrow, live, stadium, and Valley Sports Live. Come on back. All right. right, it's time to go round the diamond with JTS. So, Mark, where are we heading today, sir?
We are going to go down to Tampa Bay, where we're going to take the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line at -120. Look, the Blue Jays, they sit atop the AL East. They've won 6 of their last 7. And despite that, they're still only 4 games ahead of the Yankees for the AL East race. Toronto has been an offensive juggernaut lately. They put up 5 or more runs in 3 of the last 4 games. And why is that important? Because they're going to have Chris Bassett on the mound. And while he hasn't been dominant, he has been super steady. In his last 5 starts, he's given the Blue Jays at least 5 solid innings in all of them, and he hasn't given up more than 2 runs in any of those starts. He lets Toronto's bats do what they do best, and that's put up a lot of runs. I love this spot for the Blue Jays today in Tampa Bay to get the win on the road. And then we're going to take the Milwaukee Brewers first 5 team total over 2.5. Again, I still can't believe that we're getting this at even money. The Angels have lost 7 straight road games going back to September 4th. Why? Because they can't stop teams from scoring. Over that same stretch, they've allowed teams to score 3 or more runs in the first 5 innings. In 6 of those 7 games, the Brewers have scored 5 runs in each of the first 2 games of this series in the first 5 innings. I love this spot for the Brewers, who are staying focused because they are trying to get the number 1 seed in the National League for the postseason seeding. Look for them to stay focused and keep the offense rolling. And that is your Round the Diamond.
Yeah, those bats have really been going there in Milwaukee the last couple of days. They scored 9. Now that we're at a point where it's easy to forget about baseball, how has that changed data-wise or attention-wise over there at the brand for you? Because I've noticed that if you lock into a few really good teams, you can cash a lot of tickets right now.
Yeah, and that's really identifying the teams that have still a lot to play for, that are in positions where they need to win. Seattle being one of them, the Yankees, Toronto, Milwaukee, even Philadelphia. It's also adjusting because we're getting a lot of new players coming up who are being scouted for next year's possibly making the roster.
All right, very, very good. Again, be a part of what they're doing, JTS. There's a QR code right there. We are back live on Stadium in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company here on Stadium and Bally Sports Live, YouTube, social media, wherever you find us. We don't care. We just care that you find us. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about here at the brand is making you a smarter sports fan. And we have an opportunity to bring in a legitimate NFL coach, UFL coach, offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach. We're going to do that. When that same guy worked for both teams that are playing tonight, it's an absolute home run. It's Thursday. You know what time it is. Time for a little no filter. My guy, Phil McKagan, looking fresh, looking smooth, looking good. Nice with that little Mach 3, baby. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. This is a Babelist, by the way, a little electric razor, just a little plug for them. It's a $300 piece, so if you wouldn't mind sending me one, I'd love that.
Wow. If you wouldn't mind sponsoring the show, we would love that.
That's what I was thinking.
Man, exactly. Boy, this is awesome. I mean, you work for the Dolphins, you work for the Buffalo Bills, but you got 2 teams tonight that are going in 2 completely different directions. 0-2 for the Fins, 2-0 for the Bills. What's kind of the temperature in the room from inside?
Right. So confidence in the collective is the number one variable when you're trying to build in team sports. So obviously when the Buffalo Bills have the week 1 win and the success week 2 that they have, there's a ton of confidence. They're riding sky high. They got one of the top quarterbacks in the world, right, leading them. And then conversely, we talk about Miami, 0-2, giving up a ton of points the first week against the Colts. Can't really get Tyreek going the way that, a $35 million player would like to get going. So it's 0-2. I've been there where we were a 1-3 start with Coach Philbin in the last year in 2015. It gets noisy in Miami, and it gets noisy early.
Stay with the Miami Dolphins because their offense, ever since Tyreek Hill came over from Kansas City, it's been electric. This year has been far from electric. Week 1, 211 total yards of offense, 8 points. Tyreek through 2 games, no catches over 30 yards. He has been held silent. They had a lot of drama in the offseason. What is going on with this Miami offense right now, according to you?
Right. I think first and foremost, let's just talk about schematically. In 2023, they came out with a surge motion, which is a cheat motion where you take a restricted strip player from number 2 and abruptly move him outside to number 1. That creates horizontal space. You saw that in the 2023 70-20 finish with the Denver Broncos, who now have one of the better defenses in the league. But that was such an innovative way to create space in the run game that people have caught up. They've spent their offseason studying. We've implemented it in the UFL. Everybody uses that. They were first to market on this. There was best practices. But these defensive coordinators, they study from February to August, so they've caught up, and they have to play straight football at this point, and they need to execute.
Now, there are just a few NFL franchises that move like they're college. You got a head coach that's there for a long time. You've got a culture. You've got a city. You've got a face that leads it. That's what Buffalo has. That's who Buffalo is. Talk to me about trusting the process with everything that they have in place and with Josh Allen leading the team.
Sure. And I think trust the process started with Sean McDermott in 2017. I was there for that. Really, it's about habits. It's about discipline. It's about believing in one another and trusting the man to your left and to your right. He's been so consistent. The one area with Sean that's been really impressive is he's evolved. Every year he's gotten better. He's an Andy Reid disciple. You can see a lot of Andy's tendencies, the way he structures his staff, all those different things. And then you have a guy like Josh Allen, which is a really good balance because Sean's a defensive mind. He played safety at William & Mary. And now you have the quarterback, and Ken Dorsey, and then have Dayball in the past that kind of just let them do their thing. He has input, but he stays out of it because he's an elite defensive coach.
Oh, the biggest storyline right now in the NFL is injuries, but not just injuries to quarterbacks. Joe Burrow, probably out for the season. Brock Purdy, he's out for a significant period of time.
Right.
J.J. McCarthy missed all of year number 1. He's out again. Daniels might be out in Washington. We don't know that yet. But when you're an offensive coordinator now, you're a wide receivers coach, you've worked directly with quarterbacks. How important is a backup now, and how much time do they get during the week in an NFL practice?
Wow. Well, there's so much there. We could have an hour on that alone. But I think the most important thing is understanding the protection rules that have been implemented for the quarterback. We hate them sometimes, but this is why. Because sometimes the product can become unwatchable. The offense is not going to click the way you would like it to. You're in Cincinnati. You talked about Burrow. Do you think T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are better players with the backup quarterback? Obviously not. So there's so much that we have to talk about when it comes to having a serviceable backup quarterback, because the reality of it is, we're talking about Josh Allen, the Bills, and the Super Bowl, and everything, and he's very durable and he's very physical. So, how differently would you view the Bills' outlook if they didn't have Josh?
No doubt about it. He's here every single Thursday, many years in the league, currently with St. Louis in the UFL, and you see, he's ours. But now he's yours. No Filter with Phil McKagan. We'll see you next Thursday, pal. Thank you. All right, let's bring the guys in now. We got to do a little thumbs up, thumbs down, and we're going to stay with the NFL theme here on a Thursday. So much has been made, guys, and DG, I'm going to start with you, about Tom Brady sitting in the Raiders box on Monday. Then he's going to be sitting with the Bears and the Cowboys this week, calling that game for Fox. Ben Johnson came out, and he goes, it doesn't matter. Literally, I do not care. I'm not going to give away anything to Tom Brady because he's sitting in the room. Thumbs up or thumbs down on Ben Johnson's attitude towards all of this nonsense, according to him. And Tom Brady did respond.
Yeah, I'm going to go thumbs up on this one because I like how fresh of a perspective that Ben Johnson's giving. Like, he's just saying, like, hey, we all know what's going on really behind the scenes. What is Tom really grabbing within these conversations and these meetings? It's about the game that's at hand that day. And so I don't think it's too much, inside football that he's really getting that would help his franchise kind of go overcome the obstacles that they might be facing.
I'm going to go thumbs down here because I'm a little surprised at Ben Johnson's reaction on this. How is this not a conflict of interest? Being around other teams in locker rooms, you just hear things. Players that might be a little extra banged up, or this guy's playing sick. These teammates don't like each other. There's so many little things that can affect the game that Brady has access to now as a broadcaster that he can pass on to Pete Carroll and the Raiders staff. But then again, DG brought up a good point. When they play Chicago in 10 days, what inside info is Brady going to tell him about the Bears? Hey, Coach Pete, I found out that Caleb Williams makes bad decisions sometimes. Like, come on.
We know.
No, thumbs up here. And Coach, you could probably speak to this better than many of us, but I don't even know if people realize how bland these production meetings really are.
Ugh.
They're not trading high level information in any of these meetings. And Ben Johnson is right. Anybody can go put on the tape. Go watch you and the four of us can go watch the all 22 and see the same exact things that Tom Brady sees. He just sees it through a different prism. There's nothing that happens in these production meetings that is high level, tactical, secret information. They're not moving troops into Afghanistan. They're not writing executive orders. They're just talking about football. Relax.
Usually what happens is they walk in from the practice field and they just kind of, handshake. Oh man, I haven't seen you since 2022. How the kids? How's the wife? That's usually all it is. And then, oh, this guy's been playing well. He's dynamic. Love his game. Smart. I mean, all stuff that we all would know. Zeno's absolutely right. All right. Question number 2. Baker Mayfield has found his home in Tampa. They scored with 6 seconds to go in the game to win on Monday night. He got into a little scrape with some of the defenders, and I thought he blew his knee out. He got up and he wanted to go after him. He said yesterday, "We're taking nothing from nobody." Thumbs up or thumbs down on a quarterback standing out front, DG?
We're going thumbs up, and this is the most unshocking thing ever for me going thumbs up on this one. But just like this show, Coach, we take nothing from anyone. I love the attitude that Baker brings to a team, the moxie. It just completely overtakes a team, and you're seeing this Tampa Bay team, whenever Baker is there under the quarterback, like he is going to lead this team into wherever they need to go, the highest of highs for sure.
Yeah, thumbs up here. I love this from Baker Mayfield. He's been a fighter from the day he replaced Tyrod Taylor in Cleveland and led the Browns, who had been 5-45 in their previous 50 games, and then led them to a 7-win record that year. And he's had 12 fourth quarter comebacks since then. The Browns, the Rams, now Tampa Bay. He's earned everything he has through hard work. And he certainly is not going to back down from Texan C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who the Eagles unloaded for a 5th-round pick. Also, didn't Baker complete 6 passes for 58 yards against C.J. Gardner-Johnson and that Texans secondary on the Bucs' final game-winning drive? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, thumbs up here. Let's just put it in this context that Baker Mayfield may be the best bang for your buck quarterback in the NFL, given the production he gives for the cost that he gives. Just throw a couple of names out here, Coach. Joe Burrow, who's hurt, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford, Geno Smith. They all make more money than Baker Mayfield does. He is the most valuable quarterback in the league.
That's a great take. Seriously. When you put it in perspective, going to money is always a good way to look at value and look at different players in the league. By the way, you talk about Petty Machete, DG. Did you see what Gardner? God, I forget his name. Did you see the tweet he put out?
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, that's cute. He still has no rings." Because he won with the Eagles last year. Very Petty Machete. All right, we got about 20 seconds each on this one. The NCAA continuing to confuse us, but now we only have one bad transfer portal window, and some coaches are happy about it, some are not. They've got to fix it. DG, is this the answer?
I'm going thumbs up. What this does, Coach, I don't even care about the window, how long it is or anything. This allows coaches to coach in the spring. You know what? We're not going to kiss your butt anymore, players. We don't have to just go ahead and cater to you. We can now coach you. If you want to quit, but you can't go play for our rival.
Thumbs down. We saw Ohio State's coach Ryan Day complaining that the 10-day transfer portal window right in the middle of the college playoffs. So now they're basically going to decide in a new transfer portal window in October. But is this not literally college free agency? Why don't we treat it like free agency then? Do it in the off season. I mean, what are we, WNBA execs? Let's figure this out.
Whoa. Unveiled shot at the WNBA.
Yeah, where's that shade coming from?
Still a thumbs up here. A little Peyton, they're still stuck. Anyway, thumbs up here. It's about time we got some guardrails in the damn NCAA for anything. Like I am in favor of any guardrails right now. Right? They're probably going to need to be tweaked. This is probably going to need to be changed at some point in time. But somebody put some guardrails on this damn thing because it's a free for all. It's impossible to keep up with. It's very difficult. I really would love to see between NIL and the transfer portal and everything else that we'd move on.
Put it one day after the national championship and give it to 10 days. It's as easy as that. These people are smart, but yet they act so dumb all the time. It's very easy. One 10-day window right after the playoffs. That's it. All right, we're only halfway home here on Coach and Company. Love the vibe today. It's a lot of fun. Now, Thursday Night Football on the other side. We're breaking it all down. Also, Raphael, he's got a nugget. Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn.
Too easy.
Hello, mate.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't real cops, are you? Oh, damn. When the solar flare hit, we lost our humanity. You saw what people did to the world burn. The monsters they became. If we're to rebuild, we have to hold on to every masterpiece of human achievement. Jay, you have a gift for acquiring treasures. And what would I be hunting down this time? Mona. The Mona Lisa? In all her motherfucking glory. Guessing you're my contact. We're headed to the worst place on the planet. There's nothing there but disease and warlords. Yeah, this is definitely a bad idea. The world is a gladiatorial arena. A worthy opponent is hard to find. I could have taken that guy.
You're welcome.
We just flew into a war zone. Jumped out of a plane for the first time. Got attacked by a tank. And all this for a painting? I don't get it. What's going on that everybody's willing to die for? We want our world back, Jake. From these agents of chaos. We got work to do. I love this song. They're all over us. How many tanks does this guy have?
This will be the end of day.
Oh, shit.
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Coach and Company. Only about halfway home if you're watching us live. Love you, sweetheart. Have a great day. Okay. Love my daughter. She's a senior in high school, if anybody was wondering. We are on Stadium, Valley Sports Live, YouTube, social media. Somebody, Raphael or Mark, if you could take care of our boy Bruce in the chat. He needs 4 Major League Baseball team totals. Now, we also have a ton of extra content coming right down the pike. If you are a premium member, you get a star next to your name, and you get an extra episode every single day. Most days. Then you also get our primetime shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Whenever we have an emergency show, those are going to be coming up as soon as Maction starts. So scan that QR code and become a premium member today. Also, our merch store, only a week old. We're adding stuff by the day. Oh, no. He turned it in. He clearly went behind my back, and I need to see him right now. Because, Raphael, how did you get the Hey Ladies sweatshirt made?
Because it's the perfect time, because what's going on right now? The WNBA playoffs. So put that sweatshirt on. Wait a minute. I need to see that graphic one more time because that is sweet. Let's see it. It's WNBA playoffs. Hey, ladies means hey, cash, because we've been cashing in the WNBA playoffs.
That is very true. And that's the most important thing. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if people, when they buy one of these, if they'll actually do that into the mirror, because that'd be hilarious. Little Johnny, hey, lady, I sound just like Raphael. I mean, I've done it. Everybody does it, Raphael. It's your thing.
Sure.
All right. The reason you're here right now is we've got a big Thursday night football game tonight. The Bills, they want to stay out front. The Dolphins, they want to get off the schneid. What do you got for me?
Yeah, Dolphins right now, money coming in. Some books have 11.5, but some of the major books have 12.5. But keep an eye out for that juice. They're making you pay for that 12.5 juice. So it's going to be probably 11.5 or 12 at kickoff. And people are like, why? The Dolphins suck. Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback, he's 17-2 as a 10-point favorite or more. But He's only 7-8-2 against the spread as a double-digit favorite. I think the bettors realize that just too many points tonight.
It's a lot of points. Right now, I'm staring at BetMGM. They have it at 12.5. The juice is only minus 105 right now. So it's not horrible yet. It's not horrible.
No, but they're making the Dolphins. So if you want to take the plus 12.5, they're making the Dolphin bettors play the extra juice.
Right now, it's minus 105 also.
Oh, really? Oh, so
yeah,
get that
only
bonus. They have the minus 105 bonus right now.
Yeah,
Grab
yeah,
that.
both of them are minus 105. So it's and the bottom line is on Thursdays when you have this big of a spread, Thursday games are very different than Sunday games. They just want to get in, get out. They're a little bit tired. So I'd be very hesitant about this big of a spread. So Raphael, you're going into the chat. Any questions? You got the best numbers guy in the business. Take advantage of him in the chat. All right. It is now time to get into Thursday Night Football for real. Let's kick it off. All right, we're going to piggyback it all the way around. DG, Peyton, and then Zeno will bring it home. Let's start with the game itself, because when you're looking, this is just what I call a yuck. This is kind of like 5.5, only on steroids at 12.5. DG, is this just way too many points?
I think so. And you kind of look at this game and the fact that the Dolphins are terrible, but honestly, they have nothing to lose at this point. If it was me, I would actually look to possibly live bet this, or if you want to move the number up to a full 2 touchdowns at 14 points, it might be a little juicy at like minus 130, but that's where I would end up landing at this. That 12.5 really does scare me, Coach.
Yeah, it would be hard for me to take the Bills spread here. 12.5, big number in the NFL. Now, it wouldn't be that big a spread if that were a bad offense on the other side. But the Dolphins were still able to put 27 points up last week, 20 really because of the punt return touchdown. But their defense is just atrocious. I would take the Bills team total, which sits at 31.5 at plus money if I was taking anything.
I'll go back to what I gave you guys before. Dolphins team total. Peyton, I agree with you that number should hit there, but what you need now is 5 scores, 4 touchdowns and a field goal. I'm sorry, well, you need, or 5 touchdowns, one or the other, to get over that number. And the fear is that if the Bills get up early, they'll take their foot off the gas pedal late, and so will the Dolphins, and the pace will slow. But I don't think the Dolphins are going to end up trying not to score, because if they get blown out, as I said, their coach's job is on the line here. And with the number being what it is, this 12.5 is the same as 14. So you're betting for 2 touchdowns here to win by. That's a lot. I would actually also look to cut the Bills in half in the first half, Coach. You're not going to get a 6.5 because the books aren't going to give it to you. But 7, if you can find a 7 and live with a push, that's what I would do.
Zeno, can you? I think your camera. Can you look straight ahead? Look there. There you go. There's your eye. There. Keep your eyes right there. Awesome. I want to see you looking at me. I want to feel the Zeno energy. All right, let's flip it over and talk quarterbacks now. We got Josh Allen, and then you got Tua. Now, Tua got his bag. He got his money, but he's kind of been a very injury-prone quarterback, and not necessarily his fault because it's all concussions. I feel horrible for the guy. Here's the numbers over at BetMGM. DG, anything pop off to you?
Yeah, the under on Josh Allen passing yards. If you look at the game last year, Thursday night, week 2 against the Dolphins, he literally went way under this, and they won 31-10. I think this is going to be a running game or a check down game. He can get some big yards, but all in all, I think he goes under this 234.5.
Yeah, 31 points to him last week. He had just 148. James Cook had 132 rushing. They were making a push at who's going to have more rushing or passing yards there. But I like Tua to go over in his passing yards. For Zeno's point, I think they're going to be throwing the ball throughout the entire game, all 4 quarters.
DG, the reason why he went way under last year was because there was a defensive touchdown and a short field turnover where they scored points and didn't have to. The game script didn't allow for him to throw. I would look to Josh Allen over 1.5 touchdowns here. He didn't put one up on the board last week, and that's not going to happen 2 games in a row. This is the MVP right here we're talking about. I think that the Bills are going to use the air because the Dolphins can't stop anybody on defense, and that's the route I would go with Josh Allen to go over 1.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how much going back-to-back is important to Josh Allen or important to the Bills, because they can balance winning these games like they did a week ago. They did what they had to do, 30-10. He didn't do much. 60 yards on the ground, though, went over that number. So we'll see, because they could be as aggressive as they want to be. It just all depends on what they want to do. Now, speaking of on the ground, let's compare the running backs tonight, the featured guys, because you got James Cook, who had a big game last week. He got his contract in the offseason, so he's happy. He's running hard. The other guy, I like Chain. I like him a lot, but he plays in a bad offense right now. Anything pop off for the running backs, DG?
Yeah, I like his A-Chain's over 96.5 rushing and receiving. I think he gets it on the rushing yards as well. I think he goes over the 53.5, but I really like him in the air at this point because they could be behind, and that's the way the game script should play out. But either way, I still think that they establish the run enough with him, but also get it through the air.
Devon Achane was like their leading receiver last season. This guy was catching passes in the backfield and taking off for 20 yards, and he would get a lot of passes. He still does. That's why I love the rushing and receiving yards. I think maybe even if he gets 30 rushing yards, it's still very possible he hits the over there. I also like the Bills to run the ball a lot. I'll take the over 68.5 on James Cook.
I'm not so high on Devon Achane in this game because the game script scares the hell out of me. Now, look, I know the Buffalo Bills are giving up the second most rushing yards through 2 games in the NFL at 169, but like most of that was Derrick Henry. And last time I checked, Devon Achane is not anywhere close
Not
to
Derrick
Henry.
Henry.
So I think the Buffalo front is going to have a much more successful time against him. And also, given the fact that Tua Tagovailoa is not Lamar Jackson, that they don't have to worry about the pass as much and everything else. So I don't like the game script here for Achane. I lean under.
It really is all about matchups. It really is when you compare the Ravens to the Dolphins. That's so fascinating in the NFL. All right, let's flip it over now to the wideouts. And I think we all agree that they could get a lot of participation tonight because Tyreek Hill has gotten off to a very, very slow start. He had a ton of drama in the offseason off the field. He had a lot of drama inside the locker room. He kind of lost the locker room, and now he's trying to earn it back, but hasn't done anything the first 2 games. Now, Khalil Shakir, he's kind of become a darling in Buffalo. He's a guy that everybody loves. He's a little bit undersized, but boy, can he flat out move, and he's quick. DG, talk to me.
Yeah, what scares me about this is the receiving yards for Tyreek Hill. I know there's a play on it from Zeno in this game, but I think he could honestly have a big game and go over that 64.5. But since we're talking in the air, I'm going to target both the both the tight ends for Buffalo. I think that Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid both could go over their numbers as well. So look for a check downs, big play afterwards.
Dolphins just have to get Tyreek the football. I really don't like him getting behind the Bills secondary. I'm going to take his receptions at 5.5. Also, Khalil Shakir, anytime touchdown tonight, I think is a great play. Josh Allen has to throw the football in the end zone. He didn't do it last week. He's going to do it this week.
Shakir is an interesting role here because last year he was Josh Allen's favorite target as far as quantity was concerned. I mean, in the 14 games, he had 100 targets. So, you know, you play him for a full season, you see where that number really goes, and he was on pace to catch 100 balls. Although Keon Coleman has taken over a bigger role here, Coach, I still like Shakir over 4.5 receptions here. The offense has changed a little bit with the emergence of Keon Coleman and Joshua Palmer now part of things. So while Shakir might not get as many yards as he once did, I still think he's going to be a short yardage guy from the slot and a favorite third down receiver of Josh Allen.
All right, very good. It is now prediction time. About 20 seconds for each guy. DG, start us off.
I think we have a big game. I think it's going to be 28-17 Bills.
Oh,
I got 31-17 Bills.
Wait, how could you took the team total over 31.5? How could you pick 31?
But I would play it. I
I was waiting for you to
you did do that, Peyton. You did do
I
that.
did. If I had to tell you something, I said I would take it. So that is the only thing I would take in this game. Hopefully, the Bills get an extra point.
Here, watch this. Ready? Since I picked Miami over 17.5. 32-18 Buffalo.
That makes sense. Oh, Peyton, he got you. I was thinking the same thing. I was waiting a second. Didn't he just say? Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, 32. 32 is weird. It's a weird number.
I know, but 31 is under the number you said you loved. That's the whole point.
33.
Yeah. Let's go 33. We have maybe throw in a safety there or something like that. All right, gentlemen, well done. Great breakdown today. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, of course, weekday wagers today at 2:00. They'll have more on the numbers, on the movement, all that kind of stuff on our afternoon show. So look forward to that. All right, still to come on the other side, Shohei Ohtani, already the greatest baseball player of our generation, Is he now going to take on more for the Dodgers? We'll explain on the other side. It's Coach and Company on a glorious Thursday. Also, we lock it in. Best bets one more time, presented by Afterburn on Stadium and also Bally Sports Live. This is the original home of NXT. What did you make of the entire event and what they were trying to accomplish?
So, in brutal honesty, I was a little butthurt about the whole thing. That opening package they did for the show was super dope, and they had a lot of superstars from the past, the middle, and the present on it. And I didn't make the cut. My T-shirt did. Somebody's wearing a Baron Corbin T-shirt, but I was a little butthurt in that aspect. And I know it's still fresh in WWE, you know, being as I finished up in January, and sometimes you got to kind of give it a year or so before they start acknowledging your existence again. But with that show, like I was a main staple in the beginning of NXT when they were counting the seconds to my matches. I was one of the originators who helped grow that brand. I was on every show. I was on the first live one in Brooklyn with 16,000 fans. So I was a little butthurt once I got over that. I thought the show was awesome. I even texted Russo, the writer. I was like, yo, Mojo Rawley makes the cut of the video and I don't. I was, like I said, a little butthurt. He goes, he was in the camel clutch. I don't care. He made it.
Shout out to Mojo. Bro. All right, you can listen to us every single day. I love the Sirius XM show. By the way, Raphael, on the other side, on the BTT side for premium members on Saturday, we got a little watch along for WrestlePalooza on ESPN app. You'll be there.
I'll be there now, but the wrestling prop bets come out tomorrow. How many Claibornes are we going to see? How many F5s are we going to see?
It's going to be very exciting. I just want to hear Chris Fowler DG one more time say John Cena.
They have to tell him these big names. You can't get the big ones wrong, like Roman Reigns. Like you couldn't do that. So right, you have to say the right names correctly.
Zeno, on your ESPN radio shows, is that one of the things you have to read? Is the new WWE deal at breaks or before breaks?
I haven't. If anything, it's just a quick billboard about, you know, where and when to watch. So I haven't had to get too involved in the WWE portion of things yet.
You didn't have to dap up Braun Breaker on Get Up yesterday like Greeny had to do.
Oh, all my coworkers are all taking pictures with all these guys and all these.
The closet wrestling fans definitely come out. But I laugh when guys like Greeny try to act cool. It is what it is. He makes a lot of money. We're back live in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Lock it in coming up in about 5 minutes. If you were not here at the top of the show, all of our best bets, we're going to give you to them one more time. But King Lettuce, I got to start with you. You're my Shohei Ohtani guy. And not only is he talking about perhaps changing positions, he's talking about doing something else for the Dodgers. Fill me in.
Yeah, the Dodgers bullpen and how they use him will be interesting because that's the talk, him in the bullpen. But playoffs or not, the Dodgers might not let him go 6 or 7 innings because they're going to make sure they get everything out of his arm, not just for the playoffs, but for the next 10 years. I mean, for him playing in the outfield in the playoffs, I think a lot of people are forgetting a big luxury is run prevention, and you can't just throw someone in the outfield in the postseason. I don't agree with that. If you want him to remain in the lineup, DH him, and if you don't want him going long on the mound, start him and have him go 4 or 5 innings.
It only takes one bad play to lose a game and lose a series, especially the best of 5 right out of the gate. Zeno, what do you make about the possibility of Shohei playing other positions?
Well, again, there's 2 things that get you through the Major League Baseball postseason, and it's not even starting pitching anymore because guess what? Everybody's on the quickest of quick hooks. The first time they get in trouble in 2 innings, they're gone. So it's about timely hitting and your bullpen. And Ohtani could be a leverage guy out of the bullpen when one of these subpar Dodgers starters start. Instead of throwing him the first 3 innings, let the guy get through the order the first time is when pitchers are typically most effective, and then bring Ohtani in as a bridge guy for the 4, 5, 6, 7 innings and leave only 2 innings for the rest of that shoddy bullpen that they have out there in LA.
I love that thought process. DJ, what do you make of what Zeno just said?
Yeah, I hate the leverage spot because honestly, one, he's never done that. And honestly, like that kind of puts him out of kilter in a little bit. I know he's pitching more innings, But in all honesty, like I would rather have him close a game the most overall than I would have him do anything else. I think starting pitching is smart, but having somebody you can rely on. I know he said he wants to go the outfield if he has to close, but I think he could change his mind and be a closer while also being the DH.
That's an interesting decision, though, because all year they've had a guy close, and then you're going to tell him after 162 games, sorry, we're going to use Shohei. If in my gut, I'd rather go with Zeno's than yours, but guess what? We don't have to decide. The Dodgers do. Raphael, will this affect anything betting-wise whatsoever?
Maybe series prices. I think they're going to announce what he is doing before the series starts. So I think series prices for whoever they have to go, I think that could adjust it. Because if you know he's coming out of the bullpen or if he is going to be the closer, look at series prices for the Dodgers.
All right, very, very good. We'll keep our eye on that as the playoffs get a little bit closer. Only about 10 to 15 games left for each team, and then we'll have all kinds of coverage, nighttime shows, premium shows. We got you covered top to bottom. Now, coming off a 6-1 day on Wednesday, but we're only as good as our last show. So we are laser focused. We're ready to go, and it's time to lock it in. All right, just about 10 seconds or so. 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Raphael, you're at the top of the board. Let's go.
We're going Dolphins, Bills. Both teams have scored 20 points or more at plus 115. Just see a high-scoring game. The books are going to move this to 50, maybe even 51, as I just got a text that we could see a 51 pop up this afternoon. So I'm just going to go both teams to score 20-plus for at 3 nickels. And then Tyreek Hill, longest reception, over 23 yards, minus 3 nickels. We saw what the Bills did to the Ravens did to the Bills defense week 1. Why can't we see the same thing? I think he has a really big game because the Dolphins are going to be throwing a lot.
Peyton, talk to me.
We'll take the over 8.5. The Padres-Mets game today at minus 125. Jonah Tong hasn't allowed less than 4 runs since he's pitched for the Mets. And Brewers minus 1.5 at plus 109. Yusei Kikuchi pitching on the mound. Yeah, no. Brewers cover.
Both of these hit yesterday. Let's run it back today. Sometimes you just play the hits. All right, I'm going to go next. If you're going to cash with the coach, I was 2-0 yesterday here on the show. We've got Champions League qualifying soccer plays. FC Carat and Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon is a juggernaut. This is going to have 5 or 6 goals. Let's go over 3.5 minus 122. Then you talk about 2 powerhouses. Man City, English Premier League, they have Mr. Holland, and Napoli, Serie over 2.75. That means 3, you get half your bet back. 4, you get paid. Zeno, go.
Tyreek Hill under 64.5 receiving yards, 9 career games, including his time in Kansas City against Buffalo, only gone over 70 yards just twice, only has 2 career touchdowns against Buffalo D. They know to shut him down. However, still think the Dolphins go over 17.5 here. Desperation time for Miami and Mike McDaniel. If they can't keep this game close and find a way to even win it, Mike McDaniel might be out of a job tomorrow morning.
I think that is my favorite bet on the entire board. That's 17.5. Love that, Zeno. Absolutely love it. All right, DG, bring us home.
Let's go Buffalo. We're going Matt Prater. We're going over 1.5 field goals at minus 110. I love the value on here on a guy that plays for a team that doesn't go for 4th down a ton. They settle for points. Let's kick 2 field goals tonight. Then we're going to go for James Cook over the 67.5 rushing yards at minus 115. He just had 132 against the Jets. He's going to run all over Miami tonight.
All right, and our JTS play of the day is...
We're going to start with New York Yankee Aaron Judge to get at least 1 hit tonight in Baltimore, something he has done in 5 of his last 6 games when he plays in Baltimore. And we're going to pair that with James Cook to get over 70 rushing and receiving yards. He's done this in 5 of his last 5 games and 5 of his last 6 at home. Put them both together, you get a plus 109, just Stat Sports play of the day.
And remember, you're not confused. You can adjust the number. They're called alt lines. And so Mark is using an alt line there. So you don't have to write me in the chat. Go, wait a second, I've got 86.5. We know it's an alt line, and a lot of books allow you to move it around and adjust the juice. Scan that QR code. Use our code NFL100, and you'll get the first month for $1. Rafael Esparza, can you please make me smarter?
This is for Sunday night or Sunday football in the NFL. I couldn't pass this up. The Philadelphia Eagles QB Jalen Hurts as a home favorite, 7 points or less, is 15-2 against the spread. Its number is now 3.5. Hurts as a favorite, 6 points or less, is also 8-0 against the spread. Give this guy some respect.
Wow, 15-2 when the number is 7 or below?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Keep that in mind. We'll be having full NFL coverage tomorrow, looking ahead to Sunday, also looking ahead to Saturday. Also, we have an on-demand episode on Saturday morning as well. Quickly, DG, my man Maurice in the chat on YouTube says Cook rushing yards and a touchdown. Bills money line under 50. Do you like putting those two things together? It's a lot.
It is a lot. I would probably move that total up a little bit to give us some wiggle room, but I think the other ones hit good, except for the only thing that worries me is that total. So let's move it up a tiny bit, lose a little bit, and we'll be good.
Final thoughts on tonight. Zeno, are you going to be home watching, or what are we doing tonight?
Oh, we will be locked in. We will be locked in on the game, although we do have ESPN before the game starts, so I'll be on ESPN radio at 7 o'clock.
7 to sell yourself, baby. Let's go. I'll be listening.
7 to 10 Eastern, baby.
I love when I drive around out here in SoCal. I just did like 3 nights ago. All of a sudden, I hear the docile tones of Mark Zeno on ESPN radio. I love it. I always tell you, I love listening to you on the radio. It's fantastic.
I appreciate you.
AM 830. Who else is on AM 830 there, King Lettuce? Anybody that you know?
It's that Roger guy. The guy's on forever. Jeez.
That Roger Lodge guy, that dad guy. 3 to 7. I wonder if Zeno's preempting your dad today. He might be preempting your dad today. No, he'll come on right at the end of your dad. Yeah. So Zeno, his dad is your lead-in. How about that?
I like a good
that's synergy. Yeah. All right, gentlemen, well done. Well freaking done. Producer man, give me that one shot. All right. Do not forget, we are not done. Are you kidding me? We just flip over and talk pro wrestling. Top of the hour, the Coach and Bro Show. Me and Vince Russo. But remember, weekday wagers, 2 o'clock today if you want more from the sports and sports betting side. And, of course, you can subscribe to both YouTube channels for all of our content. We never freaking stop for you. There's only one thing left to do now. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all these 10, 12 picks straight to the pay window for my entire company. Damn it. Do I love them all? My man Zeno, DG, King Lettuce, Raphael, Marky Model, producer man. Get your merch today. Rep the brand. I am simply the coach. Trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. Is what we're all about. This is Coaching Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters tomorrow. Stadium, Valley Sports Live. Have a good day.